Hey guys, Toxic here. Hope you enjoy the crappy Fortnite gameplay in the background. Take it away, Random.
So, as you can see, with Toxic sort of stealing my intro there, we're not doing it the normal way today. This time, I'm gonna be telling the story. Yours truly, Random. So, this is the second part to how Toxic and I met. My side of the story, I'll add a little more background, I guess. You see, my family had just moved into a rental house. Well, we were still trying to look into a house to live in, to really settle down in. So, what we did in the meantime, we lived in that house for a while. Safe to say, too long? Anyway, the snowstorm started at about noon. So, me, my dad, and my sister, we had to rush home because we knew that this was going to be a big one, according to the forecast. So, allow me to flash forward about 8.5 hours. It's now 8:30. And my dad asked if I could help him with shuffling the driveway. And you gotta take note, my driveway is a mini mountain. It's pretty steep. Well, it was pretty steep. And so I accepted because I had nothing to do, and why not a little bit of work to keep my mind off of things? So I went outside with Dad and helped him shovel the driveway, as well as a sidewalk that was leading to the front door. I was the one working on that sidewalk. By the time I was finished with the sidewalk, Dad was nearly halfway done with the driveway, and so I went to help him. I fell at least 5 times because it got pretty slippery when icy or wet. And so by the time we were done with the driveway, the sidewalk that I had just shoveled was nearly had a good 3, maybe 4 inches of snow on it already. So me and my dad just said, screw it. We went back inside, and I went to bed. I was actually able to sleep that night, thanks to all the work I did. Also, I was out there for a good, I want to say, hour. I knew I wasn't going to have school the next day, but why not go to bed early? It's always good to keep up a good schedule, I guess. Brain malfunction, hold on. Okay, so the next morning, I woke up, looked out the window, and said, holy crap. Because I saw at least 1 foot and 5 inches worth of snow on the ground, and it was still snowing. And I was thinking to myself, okay, I'm probably not going to be in school for the next few days because the school system will shut down school over the littlest things. Seriously, all it takes is an inch of snow, and the school will shut down. According to Toxic, a centimeter. So, I went downstairs, ate breakfast, and immediately went outside. And I had a lot of fun. I was out there for quite a while, playing in the snow, throwing ice chunks at my dad while he threw snow at me with a snow shovel because he was trying to re-shovel the driveway because of the snow that had come down overnight. So, I want to say an hour and a half later, or I saw a kid. He was about my age, so I got into a snowball fight with him. And I told him what a whitewash was, which is essentially handing a loaded gun to someone if you really think about it. Because what a whitewash is, if you don't know, you take a chunk of snow, mash it in someone's face and really rub it in. So that's what he did. He mashed it in my face and rubbed it in. And I was soaked. My jacket was soaked. I had to walk back into my garage. There was a heater that was working on full blast in there. So I went in there for my coat to dry off. And a kid followed suit. And that kid was toxic. I thought he was 7 years old when I first saw him, okay? No offense, toxic, but you looked that young.
I was 9. 9.5 to be exact.
Anyway, we talked, and apparently our interests in things like video games,
No, on FPS games.
anything that wasn't an FPS game, we had a pretty similar opinion on it. We couldn't come to an agreement on FPS games, though. And after a while, well, and also the snowstorm was getting worse. So my coat had finally dried off to some extent. So I put it back on, went back out, went and played in the snow some more. You know what? Probably the most fun I've had during a winter. Also, just a quick side note, school was shut down for a week.
It was amazing.
Yeah, it was like a second winter break. Okay, so that's all I really remember from that snowstorm, though.
Video games.
Oh, yeah.
And the hot cocoa.
Oh, yeah. I did offer up hot cocoa. We were still essentially strangers to each other, so of course he didn't accept, because it made me... now that I look back on it, I must have looked really sketchy saying that.
Yeah, you think?
But we ended up playing video games at his house for a while, until I had to go back to my house to get things like Benadryl, because he had 2 cats.
I still have them.
He has 2 cats, and I am allergic to cats. I always get itchy rashes when I'm around them. So, other than that, that's all I really remember from the snowstorm. This is also... Actually, no, never mind. That's all I can really remember from the snowstorm, so I guess I'll have to end the video here. It's kind of weird to be doing this, but yet another video has passed by, so this is Random signing off.